So today we've got this engine out of a Rotax, either 900 or 1000. I don't know anything about these engines, so if you guys do, leave it in the comments below. I'm actually curious myself. But as you can see, this thing is rough. Now, the internals look great, but this thing's definitely had a lot of fun in its life. In comparison, here's a similar one that Nikki actually blasted earlier. So what we're gonna try and do is replicate this on this block, but I'm gonna try and do it better. Just some friendly competition. So let's get to it. All right, so my method behind this, which is a little bit different than what Nikki did, is I'm gonna put this into straight 220 aluminum oxide initially, and then I'm going to follow it up with some glass bead. Now, what Nikki did is she put it into our mixture, so it does have some aluminum oxide and it does have some glass bead. It's kind of a good middle ground, but it produces a less shiny shine, you know what I mean? Now, 220 aluminum oxide that I'm getting ready to use is of course not as aggressive as 120, but it's really good for stripping things down that's not super aggressive. So if it's got paint on it, I would definitely use a 120. 220 is great for something like this that's just got a lot of dirt, rust, whatever it might be on it. Now, you might be thinking, okay, if this is a rough abrasive, it's definitely gonna scar up these sealing surfaces, but because you have water in the vapor honing process, it actually protects these surfaces from the abrasive. It kind of cushions it when it's hitting the surface, and it actually allows you to use more of the cleaning characteristic of that abrasive. Now, aluminum oxide, very sharp, very angular. Again, it's not going to impregnate itself into the metal, and it's also not going to scratch it up or actually erode it. All right, so as you guys can see, just a quick pass over, we were actually able to remove that gasket material that was left behind. And this section that I hit very briefly on the side immediately took all that dirt off. I want to show you guys something real quick. So if you're blasting and you realize that your hand's starting to get wet, as you can see right here, there's actually a tear or a hole that's forming in this glove. Now, I'm not feeling anything because of it. It's not really dangerous, but it's just kind of annoying. Now, we do recommend replacing these gloves every year. That's typically how long they last. This machine's been in our showroom since 2016, I believe. So it's definitely had its fair share of gloves put through it. And again, we do use this thing every day. But if you are starting to see tears, definitely recommend replacing those gloves. All right, so I think I've got all the major surfaces blasted here. Looks like there are a few places that I definitely need to go back over. But you guys can kind of start to see the gray color that this aluminum oxide is going to create. Now, when we run back over that with the glass bead, it's definitely going to shine it up. You're going to start to get that true vapor finish, which is what we're going for. But again, using aluminum oxide first is a great way to save a load of time because it is just so much faster. And that's why the mixture is really beneficial, is you get the benefit of both. Again, I'm going for that very bright pop at the end. So that's why I'm following it up with a straight glass bead afterwards. All right, so you guys can see the grayish color that I was describing earlier. There's a lot of stuff I missed on this part, but the good thing is, since we're gonna be putting it in our glass bead machine, I can kind of go and do those finishing touches on it. It will take this off, no problem. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. So without further ado, see how much we can shine this thing up. If you guys can see it in the light, this top portion, I briefly hit with glass bead, and this bottom section was done with the 220 aluminum oxide. You can see from the light reflecting off of it actually, this side is noticeably darker than the glass bead section. So there's a quick comparison between 220 aluminum oxide and 170 to 325 mesh glass bead. And again, that was literally like 5 seconds of running over it. I want to show you guys this. Now I know we say a lot of times that vapor honing doesn't damage a lot of materials, but you guys can see there's actually a gasket right here that I've been blasting on, and it's not been damaged. This is exactly how it looked before, which I think is pretty wild that you can actually strip paint, you can remove dirt, you can remove rust in a process that's gentle enough that it doesn't damage something like a small gasket. It's pretty wild. So on my left here, this is the strictly that was total English right there. So on my left here, this is the strictly glass bead engine case. On the right, this is the glass bead and aluminum oxide. Now, what I can tell you is that from watching Nikki blast this one, it did take her less time. Again, we had to split out what we did into 2 separate machines to get this finished, but in my opinion, it does look better. So it's kind of one of those things where depending on what you're going for, you get to pick and choose. If you're more of a mechanic shop that's looking to degrease parts, looking to remove things, make them look nice again very quickly, the mixer's an excellent choice. If you're someone who's entering your work into a competition, strictly glass bead is definitely the way to go. So again, it just kind of depends on what you're looking for and also what properties you're trying to achieve. If you guys are doing anything with surface roughness, it's actually a very large advantage to be able to mix abrasives because you can actually tailor the surface roughness to exactly what it needs to be, again, by combining the characteristics of the abrasives. If this is something you guys are looking to do, whether it's restoring engine pieces, again, these heads turned out great too. No matter what you're trying to do, vapor honing can help you. So if you're actually ready to purchase a machine, you can call us at 828-202-5563 and check out our website. We've actually got a page that shows you every machine that we make. So it's our hydroblast lineup, it's vapor honing, and we also have sandblasting machines on there as well. So anything you guys are looking for, we've got it. And again, we just want to help you guys get the best equipment possible in your shop, in your business, whatever it may be today. So if you guys like this, please give it a thumbs up. Comment any questions you have. We love interacting with you guys, and we hope you have a great day. Peace.